Hello and good morning students. Good to see you in this 11th lecture of ours, semester 2. In today's lecture we are going to commence a new chapter in English literature given to us in our text and in the material on page number 19, that is Points of View. As you can see, the title being displayed on the board. Well, before we get into the discussion of this chapter, let's have a very casual talk about what this chapter is all about. As the title says, Points of View. So this should be clear in your mind that we are going to talk about individual opinion, isn't it? Points of view. We may be having our points of view regarding many things that we do in life, or many situations that we come across. We all have our different perspectives towards those things. So here on page number 19, we've been given a situation or a condition that has happened in one of the cities, which I believe you must be facing in Bhavnagar as well, related to the traffic situation. Yes. To speak about the traffic situation in Bhavnagar, you must be finding that time and then the traffic is increasing and we face problems on the road, on the streets, that is parking problems. There are people you must be finding that who do not follow the traffic rules, and therefore you must be having problems. There are people who park their vehicles haphazardly or in wrong directions, wrong places, or even in the correct place where parking area is given, but they do not park it properly. Then others have to face a problem. Well, we keep on putting the blame on others or the traffic police or others, but we do not understand the moral responsibility, or we do not take up the moral responsibility as an individual, that if I as an individual follow the traffic rules and the other parking rules and the road sense, then I will not just be creating problem for others, but I will also be in a safe position. Well, a similar chapter has been given to you as a newspaper article written over here by a reporter. So we will be reading this and trying to find out that do we face a similar problem in our city or not. Well, this can be a kind of lesson for us after reading this, that we should not be committing these mistakes in our life as well, or in our city too. Well, let's go through this. This is a newspaper article given to us to read, which was published in Jalandhar News. So we'll go through it and find out. Read the following newspaper article from Jalandhar News. Chaos reigns as traffic rules are ignored, written by Jatin Singh. So the writer of this article is Jatin Singh, who has written this newspaper article, and it has been published in Jalandhar News. Well, the date has been given, as you see, Jalandhar, January 19. So this was published in Jalandhar News on January 19. The year has not been mentioned over here, but as you read, you will come across the year as well. The title, as it says in such bold and emphatic words, chaos. Chaos means a disturbed situation, a completely disorder that has been created. So disorder rules. Reigns means rules. R-E-I-G-N-S. Reigns means rules. So disorder has its rule over the city. When does it have its rule over the city? When we flout the rules. We do not obey and abide by the rules. As traffic rules are ignored, when you do not observe the traffic rules, what happens? Who controls over us? The traffic or chaos rules over us. Therefore, the title has been justified. Chaos reigns. Disorder rules over us when we do not obey the traffic rules or when we ignore the traffic rule. Therefore, Jatin Singh has given this title. Let's read further. Jalandhar, January 19, the opening passage. Here, that is in Jalandhar, here orders are made to ignore and rules made to forget. See how disturbing this first line is, the first sentence is. That here in Jalandhar we can say or it's being told to us that rules are made to ignore, orders are being given to ignore, and rules are made to forget. Here, orders are being given by the authorities. Well, let's see who has given these authorities or orders. Callous disregard for public inconvenience. Callous means an unsympathetic situation, not having any sympathy for the public over here. Callous disregard for public inconvenience. Nobody has sympathy for the public over here. People to people, they don't think about their fellow Indians or the fellow people living in the city over here. So callous disregard for public inconvenience and how much inconvenient the people of the place are facing on the part of the municipal corporation Jalandhar. So in the bracket is given the abbreviation MCJ, and above that, indifference on the part of the traffic police. Not only the people are not observing the rules, they are ignoring and forgetting the rules that have been ordered by the MCJ. Forget about that. Even the traffic police is indifferent to the situation. Even they are not looking into this matter. They are indifferent. They are not paying any attention to this. So it's being said, and indifference on the part of the traffic police. Well, it's their duty, isn't it, to maintain law and order in the city. Even the traffic police is having an indifference. They are not paying any attention to this. They are just letting the situation go on as it is. And is just the beginning of the problem. So these two basic things, that is, people not obeying the orders and forgetting the rules passed by the municipal corporation of Jalandhar, and secondly, the traffic police too paying an indifference to it, not paying any attention to it, and allowing the people to do whatever they want. Well, this is just the beginning of the problem, and this problem has now resulted, or has come to a result in a chaotic traffic situation, a very disrupted, disordered traffic situation of Jalandhar city. Well, let's get into the in-depth of this and read in the following passages. These rules or these orders were passed by the Municipal Corporation of Jalandhar in 2006, as the second passage acknowledges us. In 2006, the Municipal Corporation, well, I should add a letter over there, MCJ, Municipal Corporation Jalandhar passed orders banning the parking of scooters and four-wheelers along the tri-junction in front of its office. So see what's being said over here, that in 2006 the Municipal Corporation of Jalandhar had passed an order for the people to obey, and that was banning stopping of people parking their two-wheelers and four-wheelers where at a tri-junction. Tri-junction is where three roads meet. So a tri-junction was forming over there near or in front of the office of the Municipal Corporation of Jalandhar. So they had passed an order that people are not supposed to park their vehicles, two-wheelers and four-wheelers over here. Well, but the road leading from PNB Chowk, that is Punjab National Bank Chowk, the abbreviation has been given to Jyoti Chowk, is still today overcrowded with randomly parked vehicles. So that road which is leading over from there, from Punjab National Bank Chowk to the Jyoti Chowk. So that there is a chowk over there, two chowks, one beginning from Punjab National Bank, and that is all leading towards the Jyoti Chowk, where just in front of that is the office of the MCJ. So that entire road where the order was passed not to park, it was banned for the people to park their two-wheelers. The entire road is filled up with vehicles. Still today, overcrowded with randomly parked vehicles. And see how it is parked, randomly parked. Someone is parking at some place, someone is parking at some other place. Means they are not paying any attention. What would happen to the people who will be passers-by or whose vehicle is supposed to pass from that place? So they are parking their vehicles, two-wheelers and four-wheelers randomly, haphazardly, wherever they like. Sometimes in the middle of the road, sometimes at a very awkward situation, awkward positioning. So randomly they are parking. Well, an official from the municipal corporation said, now here are the exact words spoken by the municipal corporation official, an officer of the municipal corporation, because they were the people who had passed the order. So when the municipal corporation officer was interviewed by the Jalandhar News, as the reporter has written over there, so what did he have to say about this? See the exact words. we've done our part. We passed the orders properly. It is not our job to police the streets. See the kind of reply that the municipal corporation officer has given. That we have done our part, we have done our duty. What is our duty? To pass orders. So we have passed the orders, we have pasted the necessary pamphlets, or we put the signs over there, no parking signs over there, we passed the order. But it is not our duty to police the street. Why should we go and police the street? Why should we take care? Well, it's okay, they have passed the orders, but for an initial stage, in order to implement the orders, they could have done. They could have policed the streets, or police the street means over here to make a watch over there. And after passing the orders, are the people obeying them or not? So here one of the officials is saying that we have passed the orders properly, but it is not our work to police the street, to keep a watch on the street whether people are obeying the orders or not. It is not our duty. So he is simply just neglecting his duty in a way. Even though years have elapsed, that order was passed in 2006 and right now we are in 2020. Still the situation is same. Even though years have passed, years have elapsed means passed by, since the delivery of the MCJ orders, Municipal Corporation Jalandhar's orders were passed in 2006 and today 2020, so many years later, still we can see no visible efforts to correct the problem. The problem has been in continuation since many years, even before 2006. The orders were passed in 2006. Even before that, this problem was there. But in 2006, when they must have felt that the problem is at its height, okay, then they passed a order in 2006 that people are not supposed to park the vehicles in that particular tri-junction. But even after passing orders, even in 2020, we can see no visible efforts. Nobody has made an efforts that order has been implemented and has been observed by people. That is the problem. It looks as if the orders were passed only to complete the official formality. So we can very well understand this was a formality. They must be having pressure from the public or from the higher authorities. So just the MCJ passed the orders that nobody is supposed to park the vehicle and they've done their task, their duty. So it seems like that officials have finished their formalities and not for implementation. And this was not done for any implementation work, isn't it? So this was a kind of say a sort of irresponsible reply given by one of the officials of the MCJ that we've done our duty, that is passing the orders properly. Now it is not our work to police the streets or to take care whether people are really following it or not. It is not our duty. So they are shedding away that little extra responsibility that they should have taken, which they are not taking. So this is one of the aspects about the not obeying of the orders given by MCJ. Well, let's read further. The MC, the Municipal Corporation Jalandhar, originally built a parking zone for public by taking over some land from the Nehru Garden area. But use of the zone is mostly limited to the employees of the corporation and a few nearby banks. See, what is further being told to us in this newspaper article? Naturally, if people are not allowed to park their vehicles in the tri-junction because a traffic chaotic situation is being created, then when people visit to that places, people come for their work to banks, people come to the municipal corporation, for some municipal corporation, where are they supposed to park their vehicles? Isn't it? They can't keep their vehicles home and come walking, so they have to come by their vehicle. So there should be some place given to the common people to park their vehicles. For that, what happened? The municipal corporation originally had built a parking zone for public by taking over some land from the Nehru Garden. So there is a garden over there in Jalandhar, Nehru Garden. So some portion of that land was taken up, was occupied by the Municipal Corporation of Jalandhar for the purpose of creating a parking over there. But what is the situation? That some employees or the people working in the Municipal Corporation office are only parking their vehicles over there. And some nearby banks are using that. But the common people are not using that parking place over there. Let us see. When the Tribune visited, now Tribune is the interviewing authority, that is the newspaper agency, or we can say the Tribune is a newspaper printing or kind of newspaper agency, we can say the interview agency. When the Tribune visited the parking area, so the Tribune took up a chance to go and see what is the actual situation, what is happening in that parking lot over there that was actually created for people to park. Well, there were just 15 cars and around 30 scooters parked, and most of which, these cars and scooters, most of which belong to these employees. That is either the banking people over there or the municipal corporation people over there, those who had come and parked their vehicles over there. At the same time, there were long queues of vehicles parked along the sides of the roads. But there were a number of vehicles, two-wheelers and four-wheelers parked along the side of that parking lot given to other people to park over there. Well, there must be some reason. We'll explore the reason over here. Along the side of the road, vehicles on the road were parked in a haphazard manner. Here and there, anywhere, wherever people like, they park their vehicles. Not following any kind of traffic sense or parking sense. Haphazardly, wherever they like, they park their vehicles. Blocking the flow of the traffic. Naturally, if you do not park your vehicle in a proper order, in a proper manner, you are going to hinder the traffic. The flowing traffic, that is, people, those who are moving by, and therefore you will slow down and the traffic will keep on collecting over there as people come and join the traffic. The only no parking sign we found were in hidden corners. Well, that was a no parking zone where the vehicles had already been parked. So, if someone had come to park over there, he would not even be able to read that sign, because that no parking sign board was affixed, or it had been erected, or it had been placed in one of the corners where hardly people could see. And just one sign was there. There should have been a couple of more signs of no parking, so the people could at least read. So only one no parking sign was placed, and that too in the corner where hardly people could know. If someone from an outside area would come over there for some work, he would not even be knowing that this is a no parking zone. So people were parking like that. So the only no parking sign we were found were in the hidden corners. Let's read further. The busy area is famous for big chemist shops. So this is the place what we are talking about, near the Nehru Garden or the PNB Chowk and the Jyoti Chowk, the road leading from there, where the BMC is also situated. So the busy area is famous for big chemist shop. Now if there is a chemist shop, naturally people would be coming over there to buy medicines over there and other things. So naturally it would be a very busy area. Bakeries, roadside eateries. So there were not just chemist shop, there were bakeries also. People would be coming to buy the bakery items over there. Roadside eateries, what you get, roadside food, isn't it? And shoe shops. So all such kinds of important business shops or business placements were over here. But naturally, we would be expecting common people and people to come and visit these places, which would definitely create a traffic situation over here. Well, there is an important place over here. Renak Bazaar and Dilkusha Market. There were two important places over here, important business places over here. That is Renak Bazaar and Dilkusha Market. Naturally, if there is such an important place, just like we have in Bhavnagar, we have the Pichalla Street, we have the Mora Bazaar over here, isn't it? One street and one bazaar, although both are bazaars. You must have visited, I believe so. How trafficated it is, isn't it? If you visit that in peak hours, you will find out that there are a number of business places over there. People going up and down, trying to do their shopping over there. So if you happen to pass by that place, and if you park your vehicles haphazardly, what happens? The entire traffic will block. So just an idea for you to understand that Renak Bazaar and Dilkusha Market are similar to kinds of bazaars and market that we have in Bhavnagar as Pichalla Street and Mora Bazaar. Well, Renak Bazaar and Dilkusha Market, with their narrow lanes and heavy vehicular flow, have turned into a nightmare for shoppers. Well, vehicle passing from such narrow lanes will obviously create a great chaotic traffic situation. And for this, shoppers are facing a nightmare. Well, nightmare means having a bad dream. So even if you think about that, I want to go to Rendak Bazaar or I want to go to Dilkusha market, you got to give double thoughts. Should I go there? Well, I'll get stuck up in the traffic, it will take a long time, or I require extra time for doing a little shopping over there. Similar is the situation over here in Pirchal and Vora Bazaar. If you visit those places, you will take sufficient time to go, because you know, doing less of you will not require more time to shop, but you will require more time to pass through that entangled narrow lanes over there, cutting into the traffic. Well, so the word used over here, nightmare for shoppers. It's a kind of bad dream for shoppers. Going to the Dilkusha market, going to the Dilkusha market or the Rendak Bazaar is a kind of nightmare, a bad dream. Okay, oh, going to Dilkusha market for buying this? Well, let me give a thought. Do I have that much of time? Do I have that much of energy? Then I will visit once over there. So, such a situation was prevalent in these two bazaars over here due to the heavy vehicular traffic and narrow lanes. But the traffic police blames this nightmare. Now what is happening here? The interviewer, the tribune, is trying to find out now from the traffic police. We already had one point of view from the MCJ official, isn't it? When asked to the MCJ official that you have passed these orders, so what about this? Why are people not following? So they just said, we have passed the orders and properly, and we've done our duty. It is not for us to police the streets. So let's find from the traffic police, what does he have to say about this? Because they are not performing their duties well. Let's see. But the traffic police blame this nightmare, this awkward situation, this chaotic situation on these same shoppers. The police is saying that, well, we are not responsible. The police is shedding away its efforts and responsibility on the same shoppers. What is the police saying? They claim that when a parking area was constructed on a build, operate, transfer basis in August 2006, the public failed to utilize it. So, a parking area was created for the people to park on a build, operate, transfer basis. In August 2006, the public failed to utilize. Public are not utilizing the facility given to them. That is what the traffic police is saying. When there is already provision for them, why are they not using it? They should park over there. Why are they parking in a no parking zone over here? But police is not ready to do anything over there. They are not ready to move them away or catch them, fine them, or do something over there, or ask them in a way that please go and park over there, or find out a solution to this. So the traffic police is just shedding away its duty by saying that it is the problem of the shoppers. It is the same shoppers who are creating this. We are not responsible for that. Well, when the interviewers, the tribune tried to find out, finally from the people over there. People here do not abide. So the traffic police is saying, people here do not abide by the rules. Rules have been created, but people are not abiding the rules. They should abide the rules. What can we do in that? These same people would never run a traffic signal abroad. So what is the policeman adding over here? An important thing, that here in Jalandhar, they are parking their vehicles haphazardly. They are not obeying any rules over here. But if the same people go abroad somewhere, in a foreign country, not in India, not in Jalandhar, there they would not even dare to run up or run a traffic signal. It means not even to break a traffic signal. It's called run a traffic signal abroad. There they would abide by the rule, but here in India they don't want to abide by the rule. This was added by the traffic police. But here they need constant supervision. So traffic police is saying we have to continuously supervise. Even when the traffic signals are working, for example, sometimes in Bhavnagar, you must have come across a situation. The traffic signal is working accordingly, red, green, red, orange and green. But when there is no traffic personnel over there, no one to supervise over there, people just keep on mutually understanding and passing by. Isn't it? We are not stopping over. The moment we see the traffic police standing in his place, then we happen to be a little cautious or try to obey the signal that is blinking over there. Well, that is what the personnel said. But here they need constant supervision. All the time they require policemen to supervise them. They do not take it as a self-responsibility and obey the rules, which is impossible. So that is what the traffic policeman said. It is impossible. All the time we cannot assist them or have supervision over there. Sometimes it happens. Send a traffic police officer. So you see, to an extent, we will be having our own point of view. Well, you can have your point of view also because the chapter is about points of view. To an extent, I can say yes, sometimes it happens. When we find there is no traffic officer, police officer standing over there, we take up a chance to break the signal. Even when it is red, we try to cross out, isn't it? On a junction, on a traffic signal. Well, let us look into the other things. But the people who frequent some of the city's oldest bazaars in the area have their own justification. So, the last thing is about is people who come to this place, people who arrive at this place, people who visit this place, they have something different to say about this chaotic situation. So, we had 2 points of view. One from the MCJ who passed the orders. Second, the traffic police who said that people require constant supervision, which is not possible, and they do not break rules when they are abroad. They don't even run a signal. So, this was the 2 opinions or 2 points of view about the chaotic situation in Jalandhar city at the particular area. Let's see what is the people's point of view. But the people who frequent some of the city's oldest bazaars in the area have their own point of view, own justification. Let's see what do they have to say. A passing student told this reporter. So when the reporter happened to stop a passing student over there and asked the student, what is your opinion? What do you say about this traffic or chaotic traffic situation over here in this arena, in this area? We'll see what is the exact words he spoke. The authorities charge too much for parking. Well, isn't it? Who will pay 25 bucks? Bucks means rupees. Terminology for money. 25 bucks for only 15-20 minutes. Well, it happens sometimes. We only want to park our vehicle for 5, 10, 15 or 20 minutes. We are not going to park that for the whole day over there. But they have a facility for pay and park over there. So the student says that authorities are charging too much. So how are we supposed to pay that 25 rupees for just 10, 15 or 20 minutes? If you just want to guzzle a tomato soup, when somebody has come to that bazaar over there, the Ranak bazaar or the Dilkusha market over there, for just 10-15 minutes, for what purpose? Just to guzzle a tomato soup at the eatery over there, nearby eatery over there. So just to have a tomato soup over there, I have to pay to park my vehicle over there 25 rupees. So it would become very costly for a person to come and have a tomato soup over there, isn't it? It would be really very costly. So in a way, the student is correct. He is right. We can give our own infer our point of view. Why should one pay so much just to have a tomato soup and go and pay 25 rupees over here? Well, it's not fair. That's the student's point of view. And have a quick bite at the tiki corner. If someone wants to have a tiki over there, you will be taking around 10-15 minutes or 20 minutes. So just for 20 minutes, pay 25 rupees at the parking lot over there. Well, that is not justified. This was the justification given by the student. You shouldn't have to pay so much. With the shoppers flouting traffic and parking rules. So here, the shoppers who come at these places, this tri-junction over here, the PNP Chowk leading to Jyoti Chowk and the Ranak Bazaar and the Dilkusha market over here, they flout, they break the traffic rules and the parking rules. So they are not obeying. And the authorities, second is the authorities. So we are taking into sequence. People who come over here are not obeying, they are not abiding by the rule, they are flouting, they are breaking the rules. Second is the authorities who say that we have passed the rules, but we are not going to police the streets. And third, that is the police having an indifferent, they can try to make the people understand, isn't it? But the police does not want to take any initiative about this. Police who is indifferent to the problem, who is not paying attention to this problem at all. They don't want to interfere into this. They don't want to even make an effort to try and change the situation. Well, this situation is doomed to chaos. The last word you see, chaos. A chaotic situation has become. It means it is in no one's hands. 3 different points of view. The point of view of the Municipal Corporation Jalandhar that we pass the orders. Why should we police the street? When asked from the policeman, the traffic police, he says that all the time we can't supervise. And They are not ready to look into this kind of situation and try to make any efforts to change the situation into a good one. And finally, the third thing, a justification given by the student, that why should we pay 25 rupees just to have a ghazal tomato soup or a tikki over there, isn't it? So each one of them has got their own points of view about this chaotic situation. I hope you also must be having your point of view regarding this situation and a similar situation that we face in Bhavnagar. If you go to the High Court Road, you will find a great chaotic situation over there, isn't it? One more trafficated place in Bhavnagar. Well, this was about the understanding of the newspaper article given to us to acknowledge and understand about the traffic situation. It is not just in Jalandhar or in Bhavnagar. You must be finding similar places in many cities in India, isn't it? One or two places or 2 or 4 places, everywhere you will be finding in Mumbai, in Delhi, in Punjab, in Bhavnagar, in Ahmedabad or many other places. Well, think about a solution at your end if possible, that how could we change this situation. Well, turn to page 20. On the next page we have got the second activity to do related to this topic. Well, we have got a poem related to the chapter points of view. Well, that's the name of the unit, points of view. That is our point of view related to this article. Similarly, we have got a poem given to us which we will be reading, understanding, inferring in the next lecture. So let us go into the activity given to us over here and then look into the summary of this chapter. Activity 2. When writers tell the ideas of other people, they can do it in different ways. One is to show the exact words of the person by using direct quotation. Yes, we learned about direct quotations, isn't it? We will be learning about direct and indirect speech in the upcoming grammar lecture as well, because we have this topic in our grammar text as well. So as we continue with the second semester lectures, we will be having this as well. You must have learned about direct and indirect speech, I firmly believe, in class 7 as well. So, when writers tell the ideas of other people, they can do it in different ways. That is, one of the ways to write the exact words, what's called quoted speech. Another way is to stay very close to the words without changing the meaning, but using a direct quotation. This can be called as reported speech, or we can say indirect speech. Well, the chapter that you just read about, the article, you can see we have the speech given to us, or the speech written over here, where many places you found the exact words spoken by the municipal corporation officer, the traffic police and the student over here. That was the quoted speech. Well, look at the example over here. This is an example of a direct quotation. The author uses quotation marks to show us that the words inside them are the exact words spoken. Well, we came across a previous chapter about Tom Sawyer, unit number 1, writing about writing, where we had a couple of sentences which were exact words spoken by the character of the speaker. Ben said, "Do you mean that you enjoy it?" Well, we came across this sentence earlier. Direct quotations are written inside quotation marks. They show the exact words of a source from which it is taken. But a writer can interpret, or writer can bring out the meaning of those words in his own way by giving a reported speech. Writing a person's ideas in quotation marks shows that the writer is using the exact words. If a writer needs to change the exact words, this must be indicated with different punctuation. Well, let us see the example over here. This is an example of the reported speech. Reported speech tells us the meaning of what Ben said, but changes the grammar. The grammar changes over here, so that no question marks are used. Reported speech is often used in newspaper. Well, we just went through a newspaper article, so you must have understood how the reported speech has been written, because it was a reporting over there. The reported speech has been used. Well, Ben asked Tom if he meant that he enjoyed painting the fence. We just read the quoted speech. Ben said, comma, in the open and close quotations we have the exact words. Do you mean that you enjoy it? That was the painting of the fence, isn't it? When he was painting the fence, these were the words asked by Ben. So Ben asked, Tom, have an observation over there. Ben said is changed to Ben asked, and we are eliminating the comma. As I said, the punctuations will change. We are not using the open and close quotations over there. It has been eliminated. Ben asked. Whom did Ben ask? Tom. Well, the word Tom is not mentioned in the quoted speech, but we assume that we know about it, that these are the words spoken by Ben to Tom. So we have to insert the person whom the speaker is speaking to in order to make the reported speech. Ben asked Tom if he meant that he enjoyed painting the fence. So you see the necessary changes over here. Tom, if. So if conditional has been used over, and if clause has been used. If he meant. So me has changed to meant over this past. That he enjoyed. You changing the pronoun. You changing to he over here. That he enjoyed painting the fence. So this is how we change the direct speech to the indirect speech, or I would say in other words, quoted speech to reported speech. Well, rewrite the following direct quotations into reported speech. So we have got three different set of words over here taken from this chapter, what we went through, this particular newspaper article that we read, chaos reigns as traffic rules are ignored by Jatin Singh. 1, 2 and 3. We'll go through each one of them and try to change it into its reported speech. So we are not going to change the meaning, we are going to change the grammar as well as the punctuations that we are required to do. So let's go through it and do it together on the board. Rewrite the following direct quotations into reported speech. It's activity 2. First one, an official from the municipal corporation said, and the exact words is, we've done our part. We passed the orders properly. It is not our job to police the streets. These are the exact words spoken by the municipal corporation officer, which we are going to change into the reported speech. So let's write the answer to this question. First one. Rewrite the following direct quotations into reported speech. So you see over here, an official from the municipal corporation said, we have the word with the comma, the punctuation mark over here. In the inverted commas, in the exact words, we've done our part. We passed the orders properly. It is not our job to police the streets. We are going to change the entire thing into the indirect speech, or other words, reported speech. For this, we have to eliminate all the punctuation mark, that is comma, and the open and close inverted commas. Let's write the answer. An official from municipal corporation said, well, it is being said by, but we are not using the exact word, so here we will be inserting the conjunction that over here, that, and then we will be proceeding with the other part of it. That we done, that is the first person plural, we done. We are not going to use we over here, they had done, because we are talking about someone else. So we need to make necessary changes over here. We have done, so they had done. So have changes to had. They had done. We are writing the reported speech. An official from municipal court said that they had done our part, they had done their part. Our changes to their part. Their part. Further, the next sentence, the official is saying, by passing the orders, and what is the exact words said by the municipal corporation officer? We passed the orders properly. That is what the person is saying. So we are not going to keep the same word as it is. We are going to take in continuation over there what the person has said. What? By passing the orders properly, and then the municipal corporation officer has added over here, it is not our job to police the street. So we can add the word over here by writing the words he added, that is the person added over here. He added, third person singular, he added, that is the municipal corporation officer added over here by saying, it is not our job. So we are going to write, it was not their job. We are changing the tense over here. He added that it was, or it wasn't, we give it was not, our change is to their job to police the streets. So you see, in this manner we eliminated the comma, the punctuation mark and the inverted commas and changed the entire message into the reported speech without changing its meaning. So in this manner we will do the rest of the two sentences or a group of sentences given to us. Next one. People here do not abide by the rules. These same people would never run a traffic signal abroad. But here they need constant supervision, which is impossible, said a traffic police officer. So here the speaker has been mentioned at the end of the sentence. Well, no matter, we can just start with the same thing. Second one. People here do not have abide by the rules these same people would never run a traffic signal abroad. But here they need constant supervision. Which is impossible. And SEM or traffic police officer. Well, these are the exact words spoken by the traffic police officer. We are going to now write this in the reported speech without changing its meaning. So let us begin with these words, a traffic police officer said. That is how we started over here. In the same manner we start over here. No matter, in the direct speech we have this speaker at the end over here. We can begin with the words. A traffic police officer said, and then we'll be adding the conjunction over here, said that people, was talking about the people here, so we'll be changing people there. People there did not abide by the rules. People there did not abide by the rules. Then further he is adding over here, he added that those same people these same people will change to those same people. Those same people would never run a traffic signal where abroad. Further, he is saying, but here he needed constant supervision. So, he is adding over here and saying, the same people would never run a traffic signal abroad, and he is adding over here, but here they needed constant supervision. So, we simply add over here. He added that those same people would never run a traffic signal abroad. But there they needed, here we change it, but there they needed constant supervision. But there they needed constant supervision, which was, here it is, which is, we change is to was, which was impossible. So in this manner we have completed the direct speech into the indirect speech, we written the reported speech without changing its meaning. We have the third and the last one in this activity. A passing student told this reporter, the authorities charge too much for parking. Who will pay 25 bucks for only 15-20 minutes? If you just want to guzzle a tomato soup and have a quick bite at the corner, you shouldn't have to pay so much. So let's change the given set of words from its direct to indirect. So here is the third sentence. Let us do this orally. As you see the thing being displayed on the board. The exact words spoken by the passing student. Let's change it into the reported speech. Have a proper attention. To begin the answer, a passing student told this reporter, and then we will be using the conjunction over here to change the words into its reported speech. A passing student told this reporter that the authorities charge too much for parking. He also asked him who would pay, because we have a question over here, isn't it? The student is asking a question to the reporter or the interviewer who's taking the interview. So he is asking a question. As you see, the exact words say, who will pay 25 bucks for only 15-20 minutes? So question the student was asking to the reporter, which we are now changing into reported speech. It would be changed like this. He also asked. After saying something, he is also asking. Therefore, we have to add the word. He also asked him who would pay 25 bucks for only 15-20 minutes parking for what? Applying a comma over here, to guzzle a tomato soup and have a quick bite at the Tiki corner. And the last sentence that you see, you shouldn't have to pay so much, that we have to eliminate, because these words cannot be changed into its reported speech. It is already included in what we have already said. So once again, a passing student told this reporter that the authorities charge too much for parking, comma, full stop over there. He also asked him who would pay 25 bucks for only 15-20 minutes parking and a comma to guzzle a tomato soup and have a quick bite at the Tiki corner, full stop. So in this manner, we have changed all the three given sentences which were within the text, and they were all direct speech, the quoted speech, into the reported speech. So I hope you put your hands and you acknowledged about and revised in a way the topic about direct and indirect speech, although we will be having an entire chapter about this in the upcoming lectures. But this was all for the first part of chapter number 3, points of view, in which we understood, acknowledged, read and inferred the topic about the newspaper article given to us, Chaos Reigns as Traffic Rules Are Ignored, written by Jatin Singh. Well, goodbye. See you soon in the second part of this chapter. Till then, take care and have a nice day.